Okay, welcome to the healing session for the Euro time and Australian time. And I'm going to begin by reading something from Jesus' Mild biography on the subject of this time, forgiveness. Next, we asked you to think about forgiveness. This is the path that is prescribed as the resolution to your problem. The problem is separation from oneness. Your awareness of it is gone. You're still in your greater self, connected to love, connected to all that is. You have not been cast adrift by yourself, but you have taken an aspect of yourself on a very intense and at times terrifying journey. Through the practice of forgiveness, you can return home. This is not a death process. This is not something you understand. The awakening process is returning home. You do not escape this life through death when you're in the incarnational cycle. Death leads to rebirth and more lifetimes until you begin to understand what is really going on here. Your mind is the creator. Your mind is the divine creator of your world. But you do not know that. That is what you're doing. And so your fears and the untruths in your mind bring unpleasant experiences into your existence. You do not need to have unpleasant experiences to learn. This is a fiction that humans must suffer. Many beings suffer until they're tired of it and start to look for a new way of doing things. But you do not need to suffer. You can make a choice in this moment to practice forgiveness, to study A Course in Miracles, and read this book. Contained in these books is the truth that you need to understand how life works, how creativity works, and how you can get back in touch with that loving consciousness that is what you call God or all that is. It is reaching out to you, but it's of a high frequency. And you must step up to that level because it will not come down to your level. It cannot do that. That is not its nature. So it is up high. You must raise yourself up high. That is what I did in my lifetime. I'm very pleased to bring you all the information that you need to raise yourself up in your lifetime. You do not need to wait until you pass over, when it's too late to do the work in the incarnation. You must be then reborn and try again. And of course, as you know, you do not remember. So let us take this opportunity now to begin the waking process, to begin to implement the wonderful, wonderful lessons here. You are not abandoned. You have abandoned God yourself. But we have decided it's time for a concerted effort from the non-physical to get these teachings into as many hands as possible. We want to right the wrongs of your erroneous history and bring forth the truth so that you can begin functioning as your own communication device with God. You do not need an intermediary, but we can help you. We are offering our services as teachers and instructors, and you can do it yourself. In fact, you must do it yourself. Nobody can do it for you. Any comments on that before we get on to the exercise? Okay. So what we're going to do today is reducing physical or psychological pain exercise. So I'll take you through it, and as usual, we'll split up into pairs to share with each other at the end. So I'm going to mute you now so we don't get any strange noises. And just get into a relaxed position for the exercise. So let's start by taking a few deep breaths. You breathe in through the legs, tense the muscles of the legs, and then relax as you breathe out. Breathe into the stomach and tense the muscles. Breathe out and relax. Breathe into the arms and make fists of the hands, and then let go. Breathe in and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release. If your neck's a bit stiff, you can move your head around. Now count backwards from 15 to 0, feeling yourself becoming more relaxed as you count. Surrounding you, there's such a presence of love and light and healing. Presence that knows everything about you, but has no judgment of you. It knows you're an eternal, formless spirit, a Christ asleep in heaven, and just wants to wake you up. So send out a silent prayer to welcome, using whatever words you want, your guide, Jesus, God, the angels, whatever you prefer, whatever you're drawn to be with you. It's the intention that's important. If you wish, you could see it as a light shining down upon you or a hand you hold. You're inviting this presence to be with you in this exercise and to help you and to guide you. They need to be asked. Now, you may already be aware of perhaps a physical problem that's given you a pain at the moment, physical tension. Or you may be aware of a psychological issue giving you psychological pain. If you're not sure, you could turn to your guidance and say, what do I need to heal today? If nothing comes, you can just choose someone you don't like. Now make it real for you. If it's a psychological issue between a person, you can perhaps bring up the memory of when you were with that person and you lost your peace. It's all right to feel angry or hatred or sad. Or maybe it's relation to yourself. Maybe you feel guilty, a lack of self-worth. Or it may be simply a pain in the body, which I now ask you to bring your awareness to. Not trying to heal it, but to be aware of it. And the psychological pain, as you get in contact with the issue, as you bring it back, you'll feel it somewhere in the body. where your sadness is, or your guilt, or your anger. As you feel the sensation in the body, if you can, just put an accepting hand over that part of the body. So let's make more contact with that area. Just see how large the psychological pain or physical pain is. Where does it start and stop in the body? What shape is it? How deep does it go into the body? Does it have a color? What's the texture? Is it soft or hard or something else? Does it feel any hotter or colder than the rest of the body? Let's take another look. Let's go back to the size. Is it the same size or has it changed? What about the shape? Any movement there? How about how deep it goes into the body? Any changes? It doesn't have to change, but it might change. How about the color? The temperature? The texture? And now one last time, just go through it yourself without me, just examining all those things, if they've changed, if they're the same. Now look and see what emotion there is in that place. Is there sadness? Is there anger, fear, guilt? Have a look and welcome it. Don't try to heal it. You're making friends with it. Ask it, why do why did I create you? Why do I keep you? Why am I afraid to let you go? How are you serving me? What would my life be like if I let you go? And if it might seem a little scary, could you accept that and still let it go? Be brave enough to walk into a new life without carrying this pain? There are two doors in front of you. The left door, you decide you still need this pain for some reason, some protection. And you can go through that door and look at the life, the path that extends. But the other door, you can say to the pain, thank you, you've served me. I no longer need you. I let you dissolve. And I walk through that right-hand door into a new life. Choose your door and have a look at the life behind that door. And it's all right to choose either door. You've got to be ready. Take what time you need to explore that path. And when you feel ready, just come back to the room and open your eyes. So come back to the room now. In a moment, we'll have the breakout rooms. And you'll be in pairs. Usual procedure, A and B. A talks for 5 minutes and B listens without speaking. And you switch over at 5 minutes. B's the timekeeper. And then at 10 minutes, the signal will come that you've got 2 more minutes to stay in the room and share. I'm assuming Iris is there, but just got the camera off. Good, she is. That's great. So what I'll do now is I'll put you into the rooms and see you all in about 12 minutes. Welcome back. Looks like we're all here. Great. Well, up to you, but if anyone had something interesting from that exercise they want to share with the group, they can, if they wish. This is the time. Pretty quiet out there.
I can say a little.
Yeah.
I was dealing with more like a psychological forgiveness practice, and Judith had a good comment on that. Very often, then it's the inner child work. At least for me, if I had been feeling offended for a long time by an episode that happened, and I'd been trying to let it go, and I had a hard time. And it's so deep, and it's not really such a big deal in this world, this state I'm in now. So then if it doesn't let go, it probably has to do with my inner child is wanting to be heard for some reason. So that was a good input for me. At least I just thought I wanted to share that. I've been trying to forgive. I'm still irritated and agitated. And when I just accept it and don't try to do anything about it, just look at it, like you said, I'm starting to sense that there is an inner child that is very frustrated and wants to be heard. So maybe I just have to listen to that first, and it will be easier to forgive.
Yes, that's the thing. They feel like they've been locked in cupboards, because the point of that exercise, part of it, is to trick you into acceptance, because you can't describe shapes, colors, textures without looking at it, and you can't look at it without accepting, and acceptance is part of love. So you're tricked into loving. And then you might find there's like a child there that hasn't been listened to for years. You've kept it locked away. And sometimes they're very angry at us, but then they get to talk. And as that sort of hurt child, I've been trying to get your attention for years, Thank you for being. I hope you notice, Ingrid, we didn't harm or give away any small animals or babies in this exercise.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Michael.
I chose dissolve instead.
Yes. That's good. That's very good.
Some mothers have a bit of trouble when I turn them into babies and then give them away. And
I don't like that.
Dissolve at the moment.
Yeah.
Good one. Anybody else?
I want to share that my realization was that I thought that my problem was to be alone with my son. And I realized that that is not the problem. The problem is the rage I am addicted to when my son triggers me.
Okay.
So the problem is to cut my addiction to the rage, not to depend on the help of other people. Oh, thank you.
That's wonderful, Paola.
Yeah.
That's seeing the cause, isn't it? You know, you get caught on what we look at, like the child. You know, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for sharing that. There's a line in the course that says the Holy Spirit wants every sort of scrap of fear and anger, but you know, you have to undo denial and see it and then give it to him. Which signifies that you're ready to let it go. Yeah, that's great. Anyone else? I'm dying to ask you, Jill, did you disappear into the light? Oh, you're muted.
I tried to follow your instructions this time.
Did it work?
No.
I think you're supposed to go into the light every time I speak. I'm convinced of it.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I did have something I wanted to try and address,
Yeah.
but no, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're a light girl. That's it. That's what happens with us. And as you told us before, it feels good there, doesn't it? And peaceful, and so that's wonderful. Great, great. Anyone else before we conclude? Or the question perhaps come up from what we've done today? There's a
I
note.
can just give a little note as to my like I also told you that this weekend when I met other people, that's some are Course in Miracles students, other are not, but they are been working with their spiritual life, I guess, or their self-development. It was just so nice to it's something also to meet up physically
Yeah,
in a group of people. That is it's for me it was like nourishing.
yeah,
It was nice just to have community with people and that were in kind of knew what I knew and had some of the same thoughts and challenges. It felt really good to be in a community and to share thoughts, and just in general it was very, for me it was very comforting.
yeah. A touch of 5D, like
Yeah.
my souls being together.
Yes.
That's a description of heaven as well. It's supposed to be coming our way once we practice our lessons.
Yes, and I think also we have to, if we want it, we have to contact the group, get organized, meet up with each other, and make it happen. Also, that's my feeling. So I got more inspired to gather people in my house, maybe have a party or do something fun. You know, something easy and light and just uncomplicated fun.
Oh, you can invite this group along for a quick 5-minute Zoom with your friends.
Yes.
I'd like to introduce you to 8 people here. They can't make it this time. I'm
Yeah.
joking. Who knows? One day it may be like that.
I hope that.
Yeah, we have a big screen on the wall and all the Zoom people turn up.
Yeah.
We all look at each other. Can you hear these kookaburras? Bloody kookaburras. It was in a line of poetry I saw once about kookaburras. You know, they're great. Must be argument over territory or something just stole their program. Oh, it's over. Good. Thanks, Ingrid. Yeah, like-minded souls. Anybody else? I mentioned before that sometimes you might want to talk with someone at the end, and I got a message here. Me and Devon will come together when we finish at 6 o'clock. Does anyone else want to be paired up for a chat, or is it time to say bye-bye? Mm. Okay, well, it's been a nice session and a good exercise, I hope. And next time we'll be with the workshop. So David and I will hang in here while the rest of you sign off. And look forward to seeing you next time. Good.
Thanks, Michael.
Always.
Bye, Russ.
Have a nice week.
Thank you, and you.
Bye. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks all.
Thanks, Karen.